Motorsports Games, or 704 Games, or Duesenberry Martin Racing was a development company that was doomed to fail from the beginning, and I'm here to explain why. In 2015, they worked on NASCAR 15. This is one of the most unknown facts about them because they were named Duesenberry Martin Racing. And you might know about their next release about that title name became more known. But basically, they didn't really do much for NASCAR 15, but they were more responsible for the game design and direction, but we all know you Technics also did most of that. Content creation, thank God you Technics did most of that. Integration of NASCAR branding and licensing, technical development, and multi-platform release. This was the only good game I think 704 Games was able to work on with another game development company, because they would not make another game like this or as good for many years to come. And that was the start. There's nothing really else to say about 2015 for them. Now, to say that this game was controversial is an understatement. NASCAR Heat Evolution was nowhere near its competitor to how it originally was. NASCAR 15 to NASCAR Heat Evolution was a big step down. In fact, the common nickname for this game is NASCAR Heat De-Evolution, because this game only downgraded, and this game was so freaking bad. The first Heat game was fine, we could have just kept that, but for some reason they wanted to keep going with the NASCAR Heat series. Now, personally, I feel like this game was the last game that we actually captured that had so much potential, but just didn't get the recognition that it needed. Now, when I play this game and go back to this game's much, much better than it was on release day. But on release day, when this game released, the day you want the game to perform and race good, it was terrible. The game would not stop crashing, and that was a big issue with it. And also, this was a very more controversial because of its speed glitch that you can see using. But it's very controversial. This game sucked to the bottom. This game was terrible. It was Carl Edwards last year and Tony Stewart's last year also. This was, well, not last year, but not last year for Tony Stewart. But it's some of the Carl Edwards' last year of NASCAR, and that's something that you're never going to get back. Knowing that your very last year of NASCAR, the game sucked. Just knowing that, honestly, is terrible. And Casey Kane, my favorite driver from back when this game was released, this was his last year in NASCAR. This sucks because Casey Kane sucked back then. He was my favorite driver. Greg Biffle, another driver who retired. This was very controversial. I don't honestly think that they should have released this game in the way they did. Although this was the last game that Duesenberry Motorsports would be called Duesenberry Motorsports. 704 Games is called now. Well, it's the same game basically as NASCAR Heat 2, except the sun blares in your eyes every time you play this game. And also, we have a big problem with this game. It's that speed glitch, it ain't gone yet. We still got the stupid frickin' speed glitch, so you can just zoom past ahead of the pack again. But this is the first NASCAR game I ever played, so this is why I have the DLC for this game and all the custom paint schemes, because personally, I love this game. I don't know, the community doesn't say the same about this game, and honestly, I'll probably get a little heat because of that. But I do love this game. It's one of my favorite NASCAR games of all time because it was my first game I ever played, and it was a NASCAR game. But there's a lot of visual problems with this game, and I'm going to be honest about the problems. One of those problems is that off the release day, holy crap, there was a lot of drama about this game, is that we were expecting so much better or more of an improvement. And also, 704 Games started having a financial crisis because they had moved over to a new company name change. This was one of their many company name changes, honestly. They've had so many over the years. But this this game was very, very bad for them because it was their first game from 704 Motorsports titled, but they failed with this game so badly that this game had so much controversy coming over this game. I think that this game, honestly, it showed Jeffrey Earnhardt, and there was a lot of hope that this driver would do well. But they did him a little dirty in this game, I feel. But this was a very controversial NASCAR game. We were hoping for improvement and yet got the same game over and over and over again. This is why some people honestly stuck with NASCAR Heat Evolution, because it was basically the same game. But some YouTubers like Michael McCruz or Real Radman, those two YouTubers who are very well known in the NASCAR community, both of them kind of stuck with this game for a little bit. And this is the series where Michael McCruz made his Can I Win a Championship series. But this was a step up, I feel, because the career and had two new series. This game was the first game to introduce new series. Now it's scary when new series get introduced into NASCAR racing games. And one of the reasons for that is because you always need the correct tracks. But this game did it all correct, which was very surprising. And here's the speed glitch that I was talking about. Yep, it's still here. It never left. It just found its new way to torture people. And one of my complaints about this game is it's not very kind to PlayStation players on PC, but that's one of my own complaints. But this game was a step up from NASCAR Heat Evolution. I really wished that they would have learned their lesson from the first two games. This was the first NASCAR game, I think, that I can say confidently that I fucking despise. I do not like this game. I personally hate this game for many, many different reasons. And some of the reasons is that the AI are so ridiculously stupid in this game. And honestly, why is it yellow? Why are their graphics yellow? Well, not one of the things I expected out of this game. I expect so much more out of 704 games. This game is so bad, I don't even want to talk about this game for much longer. So, we're going to move on to the next game, because I hate this game so damn much. Finally, a game that I actually want to play for NASCAR Heat games. This is one of the best NASCAR Heat games. This is the only NASCAR Heat game that I have played really much since NASCAR Heat 2. Now, all of my original footage of this game, when I actually played this game, is gone because my Microsoft account got hacked and they deleted all my damn footage, and along with Microsoft getting rid of all of my hours I had on this game. So I got fucked, basically, is what I'm basically saying. Now, this is the first NASCAR Heat game that was actually enjoyable to play. One of the games that I rarely have seen where you can go for longer than an hour and not crash out because the AI is stupid. Now, this game had all 4 series along with NASCAR Heat 3, but that game sucks. This is a game that I honestly think is one of the best games that we have seen from the 704 games. But a very unfortunate fate for 704 games is that they were broke by then. This is where 704 games is facing the problem of debt. They overhauled the graphics, they did everything right for this game. The only issue is that they did not have any money. And that's what eventually led to the downfall of this game, because they had no money. And that's also what led to the downfall of future games, because 704 games had no money anymore, probably because they were changing their name so much. I'm not even sure. The next NASCAR game after this was the last game. I'm pretty sure they were called 704 games, although this was a step up in the right direction. This is where NASCAR games needed to be headed. This is where NASCAR games need to always do good. This is a good game. and that's what I'm going to say about this game. There wasn't much to complain about, really. There was finally a NASCAR game that we couldn't really complain about, because the NASCAR game was finally perfect. And that's one of the reasons why I love this game. This game is coming out one of my favorite NASCAR games. Although the next NASCAR game would be so much better than this one. So let's go to the next NASCAR game. Welcome to arguably the best NASCAR game that 704 Games ever made other than NASCAR 15. Now why I say that this was the best NASCAR game is because this game had pit strategy. This game had so many things. You had pitch strategy if you had cautions off. The AI was fun to race against. It wasn't the ridiculously hard AI from NASCAR Heat 4. This game was perfect, but there was the big issue. This was pretty much a copy and paste of NASCAR Heat 4. And simply, the reason that this game was a copy and paste is because they had no money, which was very unfortunate for NASCAR Heat 5. They had no money because it was rushed, low budget development, investor expectations that were never met, underlying financial instability. 704 Games was terrible in this state. Wider corporate struggles. It was very sad. The licensing sales were very bad during this time, and there wasn't enough pre-orders to keep the game running for a very long time. But this arguably was one of the best, and probably is the best racing game that we have that is affordable and you can play. You can get this game for like less than $10, and this game's so much better than anything else. If you just simply own a PC, it's so freaking cheap. If you just buy a Steam key, this game was so darn good. Honestly, you can even get the DLC for free. If you didn't know, we can get the DLC for free. You have so many available mods for this game. This game was great. This game was peak. Although, it would have been so much better. The only issue I have personally with it is that Phoenix is a championship race. That sucks. But you do have the custom schedule. Finally, I can race the Indianapolis Roval. Finally, I've been waiting years for that, man. You have all the tracks available to race at. This game was peak. The definition of peak. Especially from the next year game, we had a reason why we wanted to play this game, especially because of the next year game. NASCAR 21 Ignition is the only game I don't actually own on this list. NASCAR 21 Ignition, safe to say, a lot of people said it was bad. I've never played it, so I don't really have an opinion on it yet, but I'm looking to get it, and I'm looking to see what my opinion is on it. But I don't really have much to say about this game other than it sucked. It crashed, the AI was terrible, Bristol, and this game was just not good. I don't really know what to say about this game because I personally have no experience with it, and I'm just going to speedrun the next few games. Heat 5 on the Wii, Heat 5 DLC, game that failed to come out, and a crappy game. In all, motorsports games made some good games, made some bad games. Currently, the games they have is Le Mans Ultimate R Factor 2, Kartcraft Ultimate R Factor 2, and only one of those games was actually good. Seemingly, motorsports games is no longer financially broke, although the damage was still done to their company of these games. NASCAR 25 is our current NASCAR game, but honestly, I don't really like it. It's kind of bad, so I'm sticking with Heat 5. And that is everything. The damage was done to motorsport games. They seemingly cannot make a good first game. And so that's why they were doomed to fail from the beginning. And this has been Ron Bandit, signing out.